What is up, guys? Winter Kills here. Welcome back to a brand new duel video, and you might have already noticed immediately the brand new overlay I made up the other night, and I'm so far pretty happy with how it looks. It's still, I would say, a work in progress. It's not final, but it's as close as it's gonna get to where I'd like it. Life points, games won, and some nice little graphics the top and left there to basically make it a little more clear which decks are playing on which side. And one thing I wanted to mention is the fact that obviously, yes, there's a border around the whole thing. Mainly doing this because the overlay I had previously was just a bar that went across the top, but that cut off pretty much the top part of the video, and it wouldn't look good if the video itself wasn't sized down. So that's why I ended up making it the way that it is, and the borders and everything the way they are is what fits. So right now this is, I think, what we're gonna work with. So I'm pretty happy with it, and I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. I'm very happy and very excited with how this came out. So yeah, we've got some Lightsworn plants versus Dino. I'm playing Lightsworn plants on the left. As you can see, I started my turn with a Charge of Light Brigade, search for Raiden, Raiden Mill 2. And Trick Clown here is going to search a Hat Tricker. As you can see, I got a little greedy there with the mills. I probably should have searched, the Hat Tricker first before I used Raiden, because as you can see, I milled another Hat Tricker, and if I would have searched, the other one prior to doing that, I would have eliminated the possibility of milling two of them, because obviously one would be in hand. But then I'm going to go ahead and play Brilliant Fusion here and send Garnet and Trick Clown. And you'll notice I didn't open up the standard combo, which basically involves opening up either a Lone Fire or one of the Predator plants, or basically the Orphis, I think is its name. The purple one, the blue one, whatever you want to call it. So I'll take the 1,000 for that Trick Clown. But yeah, didn't open up ideal, so I kind of had to make a bit of a unique play, if you will. Got to make a couple of workarounds. So I have the Raiden, the Trick Clown on field, and a Seraphonite. Now I do have an extra normal summon, which I'm debating on what I want to use it for. And I go ahead and I hesitate on the Lumina, but I'm pretty sure that's what I end up going for, because I believe I opened up Glow Up Bulb also, which is really good actually. But I just need a way to get Raiden Engrave essentially, so I can use all the stuff I want to use, essentially, if that makes any sense. So I can use the Lumina, so that's why I want to get Raiden Engraved. So I use Hat Tricker and Seraphonite to go into Mrs. Radiant, and then Raiden and the other monster I had to go into Omega to take one card out of a hand. It's going to be Miscellaneous Saurus. Pitch that away, and or banish it, I should say. And then I use Lumina here to bring back Raiden by discarding that Glow Up Bulb. So now I've got not the greatest field still, but definitely a little bit better than I was working with. I luckily milled that Zephyros at the start of the turn, so that's a play I have for later. So now I decided to use the Glow Up Bulb here and just go ahead and link into a Saryuja. I also managed to get rid of the glare temporarily. I know the lighting is obviously a little bit not as bright as it was before, but I had to do it this way because I can't use the main light that's in my kitchen right now, because there would be a massive glare on the right side until the polarizing lens gets here, which I won't be able to get till after I get back from vacation. But I won't be able to record any duels while I'm on vacation anyways. Not that I'd want to anyways. It should be here or around getting here by the time I get back. It's got a bit of a long shipping on it, which is kind of unfortunate. Or maybe it'll be here tomorrow. Who knows? If everything goes according to plan, but hopefully that should help eliminate the glares that we are getting when the main light is on. But I do rip into a Lone Fire, and I believe I also ripped into a Monster Reborn off the Saryuja, which is essentially what I needed for the most part, because I'm trying to set up some sort of Invoker play so I can get what's it called? Not a or an Invoker, so I can get out the 1,000 Blades, so I can set up something with the Zephyros that's engraved, because if I take the 400, that'll proc the 1,000 Blades, which I've just summoned out there. But right now it's a matter of, getting it in the graveyard, which I actually don't even think I need to, because I think what I do next here is just summon the Zephyros by simply returning the Brilliant, just so I can go into another rank 4, and it's probably going to be Minerva is what I think I end up going into. I could have made Minerva a little earlier in the turn, using Raiden and the other monster instead of going into Omega, but I wanted to get at least one card out of his hand, just so I could, you know, put a little bit more pressure on. So I go ahead and summon the Zephyros there. I'll take the 400 and go ahead and make a rank 4 underneath the Saryuji here. It's going to go for the Minerva. She's going to get boosted up by 300, hoping to mill some stuff here to get some draws, get some advantage going. I mill Giant Rex, the Orphos, and the 1-for-1. Not great. Obviously, pretty subpar. All the RNG mills that I was able to pull off did not get me where I need to go, so unfortunately I do have to pass there, playing against Dino here. So my board is pretty much going to be at the will of whatever he's going to play here during his turn, obviously, and I don't really have any interruptions, don't really have any negations, and he has Lost World, so that's a fucking yikes for me, if you know what I'm saying. It's going to summon Oviraptor, and it's going to go Chainlink 1 Oviraptor, Chainlink 2 Lost World, and just so he can avoid any sort of hand trap. Not that I have any, unfortunately. Didn't open up a Drone Lock or a Veiler or anything like that. So he will get the search off here regardless of the Chainlink order. And now debating on whether or not he wants to send or add a Dinosaur from deck to hand. Could probably send Coatlas to grab, you know, the double evolution pill, but wouldn't be the greatest option right now, as there's nothing really in his grave here at the start of his turn, unless there's some way he can, you know, use, you know, the Lost World secondary effect to destroy something from deck and, you know, perhaps get a summon or maybe try to use Oviraptor's other effect. Yeah, there's the shadow that's being cast there is from me. I was occasionally checking to see if my camera was still recording. I was very superstitious or self-conscious that whatever is the best word to use there is that it wasn't recording for some reason, and I was kind of crunched for time, so I just really wanted to make sure everything was going to plan. And the lighting is better than it was last time, and it obviously could be even better now. We're still in the state of improving, guys. We're taking baby steps. First it was the angle, then the lighting, now we got the overlay, which is still not completely finished yet. There might be some things that I want to change about it going forward. Maybe the placement of the Games 1 boxes, or move those around a bit. Maybe add some more details on the side of the border, but I don't know if that'd be like maybe too distracting from what's going on. I'm not entirely sure, but anyways, he does decide to send Coatlas to the grave to add double evolution pill, despite what I had thought, and still has the Oviraptor on board, obviously, with the ability to be able to use Lost World's other effect if he decides to go into battle phase here, which I don't think he goes into battle phase just yet. And obviously we're still keeping up with the slightly sped up dual video and not super sped up, just so things can make a bit more sense. It allows me to commentate better because I'm able to get a better grasp of what's going on. So he activates double evolution pill here, banishes Drone Lock from hand, deciding basically the card advantage I have right now is just, you know, bare to, you know, none, basically. So ditching the Drone Lock right now doesn't really hurt him too much, especially when it's going to go grab him a card like Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. So he banishes Droll and Coatlas, and that gives him the Ultimate Conductor. Summons it in the zone that Saryuji is pointing to, so that will give it an additional 300 attack and defense, which again is a fucking yikes, because everything I have on my side of the field is down by 500 from Lost World, and you know, the Minerva and the Invoker that are gaining the attack and defense boost are now, instead of gaining the 300, instead of losing the 500, you know, they're losing 200 overall. So everything is down by 200 on my side of the field, except for Saryuji. He's down by 5, putting him at 23. He summons out the Giant Rex off of the in battle phase there. He does use the effective Lost World to protect the token and destroy Baby Ceratosaurus from deck. That will bring Giant Rex to the field. Now he's going to take advantage here of the Conductor Tyranno to pretty much wipe my whole field and put in a lot of damage. There's no amount of flex tape that's going to fix my life points here. Putting me down to 21 after running over the Minerva. Fortunately, Minerva doesn't get her effect there. And then swinging over the 1400 attack with the 3800 Conductor Tyranno, taking 24 total there. That's enough for a game. And we do end up going here into game 2. As you can see, the blue check mark there in the top right, just right of the center of the screen at the top, indicating that he has won game 1. And that little slight subtle feature. Really, again, really happy with how things turned out here. But I do open up the nice Predaplant combo here. I opened Cobra, though, discard Cobra to basically summon the Cobra and then search my Brilliant Fusion here. So a bit more of an orthodox turn, or yeah, more of an orthodox turn here going on. More normal, more something that I'm more used to playing out with this deck. Last game was a bit unorthodox in the fact that, you know, had to make some weird plays. Didn't get any really good mills. A lot of the extenders you want in your graveyard I just did not get to see. Invoker summoning out 1000 Blades there. And then here I believe I follow up into the Mrs. Radiant and then proceed into the Brilliant Fusion as you would expect with this combo. By the way, I will be getting a combo video of this deck. I'm basically going to showcase the standard combo given random cards in hand. Like if you just open up Lone Fire with any other monster, is how, and basically just step by step show you how to proceed through the combo, what steps to take, you know, why you go into Invoker first, and then you use the two. You summon 1000 Blades, then go into Mrs. Radiant, and then you want a Brilliant Fusion in the center zone for, well, not the Brilliant Fusion, but summon Seraphonite there in the center zone. And then, depending on what else is in your grave, what you'd want to send, and just go from there, basically. I usually like to send, and Handloop might scold me for this. He might be shaking his head right now, but this is what I like to do. I don't know. It's the thing I'm most comfortable with. I love sending Damage Juggler off the Brilliant Fusion here because I like getting the safety and security of Trick Clown to hand, or Hat Tricker, I should say. And I use my extra normal there for the Raiden, because obviously that's a really good extra normal to get is Raiden. Fortunately, didn't mill too great, but I used the other 3. And thanks to the Hat Tricker, I'm able to go right into Curios. I like to keep the chains of sending and milling very consistent. Basically, with the strat that I use, you basically get all the way into Curios pretty much guaranteed by just opening up Lone Fire and a monster, or the Predaplant play with another monster in hand. You're just pretty much guaranteed to get all the sends and a couple mills that you need. So I mill Felice, Spore, and Wolf. So, like, I get really good mills here. Not the best, though, yeah. I know it seems good to mill those 2 cards. They do get summoned out, both of them, but I would have much rather milled, like, a Giant Rex and a Snow. Snow is very good. I think I'm going to change this build up to a most up-to-date build that Handloop had sent me. I think it plays 3 Snow, more hand traps, and it's a little bit more streamlined for more competitive play. I've been playing the same version since I discovered it, really, because I'm just comfortable with it, and I like the way it's been playing up until recently, honestly. I'm just looking for something a little new, I guess. So I go for the Minerva play. I wish I would have milled the Wolf and the Minerva and the Felice there. I would have gotten 2 draws, which I was really hoping for. And but I do mill Lazuli. That gets me Garnet back, which fuels the 1-for-1 that I have in my hand, which is super clutch, actually. Allows me to get this Glow Up Bulb onto the field. And then pretty much sets up a really nice Saryuja play here. Getting rid of Minerva, Glow Up, Felice, and Curios for, you would have guessed it, Big Bad Saryuja. Sakyuja, whatever you want to call him. Draw into Hat Tricker, Lone Fire, Foolish, and one other card. I think it might have been another Predaplant monster. I think I keep the Foolish. I know I put it back there. I think I decided to keep Foolish because I think it does a lot more for me. It allows me to get instant access to Fairy Tale Snow, which is very, very important. I think I just play it right now. Yeah, just Foolish Burial, 4 Fairy Tale Snow. Put that in the graveyard. I have Spore that's live. I have Glow Up Bulb that's live. I have Fairy Tale Snow that's live. My graveyard's looking pretty good right now, but I'm still lacking tuners for the most part. Go ahead and take 400 here for the Zephyros, and go ahead and summon out the 1,000 Blades off of that as well. And got another rank 4 play here. Set up pretty easily, but I think I use Spore now to banish level 3 to make him level 4, and then use those two to go into my first Omega, which I think might be my only Omega for the turn, honestly. And I hit 1 card out of his hand, hoping for Kaijus or Lost World, and I do end up hitting Lost World, which is good because Lost World would give, you know, a token to my field, which makes so I can't target anything other than tokens, which really sucks. And then I go ahead and mill 1 off Glow Bulb. It's called by. Use that to go into Nat Beast. Because that card, very, very good against Dinosaur, stopping a lot of cards. Fossil Dig, Lost World, Double Evolution Pill. You name it. Very good. And then I summon out Fairy Tale here by banishing 7. And I think I put her next to the Nat Beast. And then I summon out the Hat Tricker. And that goes into a rank 4 here. I go right into Dweller because I already have... I don't need Tornado Dragon, and I don't think I even had Tornado Dragon in this extra deck. But I go into Dweller. Figured Nat Beast Dweller and 1 card out of his hand is not terrible, despite, like, my graveyard not being the best. I just didn't have enough... I didn't see Soul Charge, didn't see Reborn. And unfortunately, he has the Kaiju, which just hurts really bad. And he has another way to get to Lost World, which just pretty much ruins the Fairy Tale Snow in my graveyard completely. Because anytime he gets a... even if I summon Fairy Tale Snow right now and summon it, I don't have anything to book, obviously. He has Fossil Dig, which is going to get him his target, you know, to trigger the Lost World, to summon that token to my side of the board. His graveyard is completely shut off this turn, though. That's very good to have against dinosaurs. Obviously, shutting down things like Quatlas. Any of the baby dinosaurs won't be able to go off at all. And he's going to use his chain links here. Lost World 2, Oviraptor 1. So, like, I could chain Fairy Tale Snow to this to summon, you know, summon it, and then I don't think I'd be able to set Oviraptor face down, and even if I could, it doesn't matter because the effect does not get negated, and he's still able to search the Dogeron. And I make a pretty bad misplay with Fairy Tale Snow. Like, Lost World just absolutely kills me, and again, not only is it stopping me from targeting things that are, you know, anything but tokens, so he does search the Dogeron and then summons that to the board. And then as he goes to attack, I summon Fairy Tale Snow here, and I'm forgetting... The reason I do this is not because I think it's a good idea, it's because I forgot about the effect of Lost World, and that I could only target tokens. Non-token-like monsters, or non-token monsters, period, cannot be targeted. So I just, you know, banish 7 for no reason. I guess it's an extra body to block damage. It's just... I summon it here, and I'm like, wait a second. That was a bad idea. I wasn't going to take it back because I knew it wasn't that big of a deal just to summon it out. So I decided, you know what, whatever. I just put it here for extra blocking, I guess. I didn't want to put it in attack because it's going to lose 500 attack and defense because of Lost World. Battle phase is going to continue on here and go right into... either way, if I was some able way to book like the Oviraptor, he still has a way to attack into the token to send something from deck to grave, to destroy something from deck to grave, to perhaps get fodder for a future evolution pill or something, an evolution pill he might have in hand already that he might have opened. It's just what really was the downfall to my play is he had the one Kaiju to get rid of the Nat Beast, and then had another copy of Lost World to follow it up, which was just extremely unlucky. He sends Giant Rex to the grave here. Like I said, just using it as setup, probably for a future play for, again, a card like either Miscellaneousaurus. So get that in the graveyard, primed and ready to be banished. Of course, to summon itself off its own effect. And, of course, get itself ready for something like Double Evolution Pill. And now deciding on what he wants to attack with Dogron, of course, that being at 3,300. Because of the attack boost given from Saryuja. Of course, Dogron is a dinosaur, so he won't be losing anything from Lost World. So just give him free range to run over anything. And I believe, and with a Dead Brilliant Fusion in my hand, I'm just sort of at the will of what he wants to swing over. So he does go over the Dweller, and that's going to drop me down to 58 to his 8,000. Didn't take a smidgen of damage in the first game. Has yet to take any here. It's super, super unfortunate. So my turn, and I summon Omega late here because I kind of forget about it, to be honest. But I do put Omega back onto the field, so don't worry. I drew into a Solar Recharge, so I have literally 2 useless cards in my hand to his field of monsters that I can't really do anything about. So what I wanted to do was, I guess in hindsight, I could have just summoned back Omega and then just attacked over Oviraptor and passed. But instead, I decided to go all in. This is very questionable play. I just decided to go all in for a Borlo Dragon. Because he himself can't be targeted. I don't know why I did that, honestly. I can't think about why I did that. I don't know why I thought his field was such a huge threat. I mean, I guess the biggest issue was Lost World. And I either leave my field the way it was, or I just let him dwindle away my board, because I literally can't beat over anything with anything that I had. It's kind of in panic mode, I guess. Borload is down by 500, because he's a dragon, not a dinosaur. And I swing over, I think I end up swinging over for 7. Or no, I think I just steal the Dogeron. I actually don't think I can steal the Dogeron because it has too high attack. I think I steal the Oviraptor to send it to the graveyard. Again, questionable plays. My excuse was I was kind of in a rush to get this video made up. Which, hopefully, when I get back from vacation, I'll have a lot more time, because things have been pretty busy lately. Just trying to focus on getting everything set up, fine-tuning everything, so bear with me. But basically just sacked my whole field for no reason for a Borload, which isn't going to do me too much. And regardless, if I decide to not do anything, he still runs over the Borload. He basically just kills my whole field, regardless. If I leave the board of Saryuja and everything else, literally everything that he has can pretty much kill anything on my field. He still has the Lost World. Like, I literally had no way to get rid of Lost World. That was what killed me. And it all started, like I said earlier, it was the Kaiju with the Naturi Beast. If I would have been able to keep the Naturi Beast, we'd be going game 3 100%. Nat Beast Dweller, it's like he literally just had the Kaiju. The definition of a Feels Badman. He doesn't do a rank 4 here. It's Logia. That's a oof. And then to top it all off, something out Ultimate Conductor Tyranno by banishing Oviraptor and Giant Rex. I draw a monster reborn for turn. I play it. I'm like, yo, negate it. You won't. And he does. That's going to be it for this duel. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think about the new and improved duel videos. Still going to be striving to make them a lot better in the future. The only thing I wish I could do was be a better player. I just wish I was, like, actually good at the game. I'm trying my best. Me and my brother are just trying to be Renaissance men when it comes to playing a bunch of decks. Like I said, variety is one thing I'm struggling with. I can make everything look good, and hopefully the angle will be a lot better, but it's just variety in the end is something that's going to be tough to overcome. But I will hopefully try and overcome it very soon. just keep watching the videos, keep supporting me, and that will happen hopefully eventually soon. And yeah, much love, guys. Again, let me know what you think. Give me your feedback in the comments. Other than just, why are you so bad at Lightsworn plants? I mean, I guess you could say that. I'm not stopping you. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the new duel videos. I'm super excited about them. I hope you guys are too. Anyways, we're going to kill. Send it out, guys. We'll see you in the next one.